it's been a while since I saw you. I think probably over a year since I saw you at the art show and hot chicken festival. So what have you been up to since then?
Man, it's been yeah, it has been a little bit over a year at the Hot Chicken and Art Festival for Rutherford County. Yeah, that was a pretty cool event though.
It
But
was, yeah.
yeah, a lot of vendors and things and a lot of connections. But since then, man, just actually, Paris, a lot of things have changed. So then I was part time in the business, and I still had a full time corporate job. And so recently, well, I guess it's been about 6 months. Back in November of 2019, I went ahead and quit my job and went full time, and I just really haven't looked back since. And so that's been a huge adjustment, and I'm glad I made that decision. So it's just really been strictly business for me, 100%.
That's amazing. So tell us, what is pain technology?
Yeah. So Payne Technology is your IT, one stop IT shop. Our niche is basically creating help desk and end user support plans for corporations. So basically, we can be your IT department. For a small organization or a large organization, we can make sure that your systems are maintained, everything is updated, everything is installed properly, and of course, when you need us the most, we're accessible 24 hours a day. We also do other things like um, networking for a new building install. Actually, that's just what I was doing prior to this. I was doing a what we call a site survey for a new dental office that'll be opening soon. Black-owned business. It's going to be a 24-hour dental clinic, and so I just did a site survey there, and we're gonna basically create their network and run the data wires and things like that. So pretty much all things IT, from computers to smartphones and everything abroad. Really, I'm just a IT geek.
So I don't know a whole lot about technology. So, okay, what exactly is a site survey?
A site survey is like basically when you go on site and you look at the building, you see exactly where they want to put their computers, where they want to put their TVs, and we make sure we have the data connections, that are in the wall that you plug into a computer or to a TV. We make sure you have those wherever you want them in an office. Usually we come in when the office is being built. Um, so we're kind of on the construction side of that part, but we just basically get a preview of the building, so I know how much to charge. That's basically what it is. Yeah, right. So I know how much to charge for materials and time and things like that. So
And it's not only computers, it's like all things technology, phones, televisions. Like if I have a
correct.
phone, I can maybe call you and you can help me out.
I could exactly, absolutely. I have a feeling though you kind of you're very well versed in the phones though. I can tell you know how to operate a smartphone pretty good though.
I mean, I'm okay. I'm
Hmm.
okay. I don't have an
Uh,
iPhone. I'm still a lover of the Android. So,
you, really?
yeah.
Actually, I have an iPhone, but I actually prefer an Android because you can actually customize it a lot more than you can an iPhone. You can the settings and just different things you can do to it. You can do way more things than an iPhone, but I guess people like iPhones because I guess they're cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
See,
I'm definitely
so
gonna make sure my nieces hear this interview because they swear up and down that like their iPhone is so much better, and I keep telling them a Droid is just as good. So I'm gonna make sure they hear this because you just spoke the
yeah.
truth.
Yeah, yeah, it's better. The only thing about iPhones is everybody has them.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes them cool because you can do things like, FaceTime, which is convenient. And I end up, FaceTiming my parents all the time when they need my help with something. So they'll just, when I see that FaceTime call, I already know it's going to be a minute. But they're convenience with things like FaceTime and iMessage and things like that. But other than that, I prefer Android.
So what about your business? Do you do FaceTime with that? Like if someone needs help and you can like walk them through it step by step?
I have, you know, as a last resort.
Hmm.
Um, Mainly though with that, we have some things, some different programs to where we can actually like remote into your laptop or remote into your machines, and we can control them, and we can kind of troubleshoot some things there. Just via remotely. And when that doesn't work, of course, we'll go on site. So I don't do the FaceTime too much with my clients, but like I said, I can remote into their devices. So there you go. Yeah. I guess I just give my parents the courtesy of seeing me, at the same time while I troubleshoot their stuff, for
Well,
free,
that's understandable. You know, parents are important. So yeah, you go above and beyond for parents, you know.
There you go. There you go.
What made you start your business? Like have you always been interested in technology?
I have, ever since, man, I remember when my parents bought my first computer back in, man, I don't want to date myself, but back in the 90s, I'll say that, what I'm saying, back in the 90s, when I was probably about 6 or 7, something like that. And yeah, when they brought it home, it just kind of changed my life. I remember, those were the earliest moments where I would repair the computer, and if something was wrong with it, I would always be the one to fix it. And back in those days, like the computer was the computer for our house was kind of like the big screen. You could only get on it when dad or the parents weren't on it. So usually it would be like late in the evenings after they get done. But those were my earliest aspirations for technology, and I just kind of I took a liking to it, and fell in love with it, and just kept going with it. So that's my start in technology. As far as being a business owner, I to, just to be just to be straight up 100, I think I just got tired of people telling me what to do, to be honest.
Hmm.
And I really felt like that I could be doing this on my own. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy teaching people about and educating, my clients about technology. And so I just said, you know what, I can do this on my own. And I just did it, to be honest. And it, it's a journey. You know, I'm thankful for, the thankful for the struggles and the different things that I've been through, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it for anything.
That's a great mindset to have. Like, why do it for someone else? Well, you have the knowledge and you can just go ahead, do it for yourself, and have your own thing.
Exactly. But that was the mindset. But to be honest, Paris, it took me a while to get there.
Hmm.
Um, I started the business back in, I think I incorporated back in 2018. So it took me almost 2 years to be able to feel confident to go ahead and let this go. Let my full time go. Um, and so it wasn't like I just said, all right, I'm just going to start this business. And no, it was a build up, and a lot of it was doing things like, the Hot Chicken and Art Festival, doing things like that. Not necessarily to make money, but it's really just about marketing and getting your name out there. I can't tell you, I probably about a good 90 to 95% of my business is referrals. So I do a good bit of networking and I enjoy it, and I try to make sure I keep my face and my name out there. So
Well, better late than never, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
How difficult was it for you to get your business up and running, and what difficulties did you face?
Um, well, I would have to say the most difficult part, um, I would have to say was probably the mindset. Because you can't. One of the things that I learned very quick in entrepreneurship is you can't. It's great to have a plan. That's awesome, and everybody should have a plan. But you cannot predict the weather. You can't predict how things are going to turn out. And even though things work out, they don't necessarily work out how you design them.
Hmm.
And so just not knowing, you know, okay, just not knowing, hey, okay, I have X amount of, I have X amount in savings. Okay, getting kind of close here. I really need to make some sales. Not knowing how it's going to work out. But if you stay consistent in your routine and your plan and your networking, it has worked out. And my thing was, Paris. I said from the get go, when I quit my job in November, um, I said if it doesn't work out, you know, I can always I can always get a job. I can always go back to the corporate world. I didn't burn any bridges. I left on good terms, gave a notice, and so I said I could always find some employment. So that was kind of my, my one of my drivers. But one of the thing is too, I didn't want to live in necessarily in regret. So if I didn't try it and go full throttle, I know I would have always regretted it. But um, yeah, that's really the biggest challenge is just mental toughness with the unknown. But I can say this: it's been about 7 or 8 months now. Since I quit my job, and even dealing with the whole pandemic. you know, I've I've been consistent, and it's not necessarily where I want it to be, of course, but I cannot complain. It's doing what I needed to do, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. So when once you started your business, did you have a team or did you do it alone?
Yeah. To be honest, you know, uh, I want to say I did. I am a solo entrepreneur, but it's kind of like your team. You develop a team through networking,
Hmm.
and so I didn't necessarily have a team that we were all working on pain technology, but through the networking and developing relationships, you kind of develop a support team, which is pretty cool. You meet people, you meet different people that's on the same type of journey that you are. It may be a different industry, but there are different things that, you have in common, and you root for each other. So to fully answer your question, no, it's pretty much I'm a one man shop, but at the point I'm at now, I'm able to subcontract and work with other IT companies depending on the size of the job. I do a lot of subcontracting and hiring contractors for different projects. I don't work every project, myself. I may hire a team depending on how big the job is. So I'm thankful to be able to be at that point now. But no, in the beginning, it really was just me solely working on pain technology. But like I said, I don't take the supporting cast, the people just rooting for you, the different phone calls or text messages or DMs that you may get throughout the week saying, "Hey, keep going" and stuff like that. So I view that support. I view that as kind of like team members as well.
Well, it seems like you have a great support team, so that's good.
Yeah. Like I said, I've been fortunate to meet some really cool people, and it takes that. It definitely takes that.
You've made a huge impact on the community. I know you've helped like music artists and also churches. You help set up the live streams. So let's say someone's having an event and they want like to set up a live stream. How can they like not like a Facebook live or something like that, but like something like I don't know. I can't explain it, but like they would need like help with technology. How
Hmm.
would they be able to contact you?
Yeah, that industry right there because of the pandemic and everything else, it's really booming right now. I do help a few churches with their live streams and different things like that for obvious reasons. But yeah, that's something that I didn't plan on doing, but you kind of have to you just kind of have to be adaptive to the times and recognize, the different changes in the industry. So, yeah, to reach me, you can reach me on pretty much all social media platforms as at Payne Technology, Payne Technology, or you can either call or text at 615-398-2837. So either one of those, um, if you prefer an email, you can shoot that to info@pain.technology.
Speaking of quarantine, I know it was very unexpected. Very
Yeah.
unexpected. So how has it affected you and your business?
We well in the beginning, because everybody was working from home, and really it still is to some point, but it was this big shift on getting the home ready to be able to do everything or most of the things that you could do in the office. So we did, and we still do a good bit of just home office setups. People are starting to pull out that old laptop or that old computer that they haven't used in a couple of years because they have to do it now. And so a good bit of it shift to just residential, making house calls, um, making technology purchases for some people, and also just working with different businesses to help give them an at-home technology strategy. Whether that's setting up a VPN, which is a virtual private network for a corporate, so that you can basically get to the same places at your home that you do at work. So we did a good bit of that and just helping people get set up at home. And it's been cool. It's been a nice shift. And to be honest, that shift it kind of helped. It helped build the client base as well. And another part of it, though, some things got put on hold. Like there's still a couple of build out projects, that we need to install, networks or data lines in that have just kind of paused out and haven't really begun yet. So on one, some things have stopped. And then on the other hand, we've kind of been able to navigate into some new industries, which has been cool. So hopefully I'll be glad though when those other projects get started again. So
Yeah, but overall, it sounds like quarantine has been pretty good to you.
you know from a business perspective, like I said, I can't complain. I honestly can't complain. Um, and it's just really, I look at it like this though, Paris. I was like, man, if we can survive this, I'm really confident about the future. I
Hmm.
really am. And a lot of times, sometimes I can get, I don't know, I sometimes I can get ahead of myself. And so I've had some of my mentors tell me, hey, slow down. You're actually doing good. So I've learned to. I'm very careful about boasting, and because as an entrepreneur, you have to kind of save some of that for the tough days. So I'm thankful. Don't get me wrong, I'm thankful, but I'm just kind of spacing it out. Not to get too high, not to get too low.
So, okay, if there are like younger kids who are interested in technology, do you have maybe like a program for them, or is that something you may do in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually working with a church now, with developing a kind of like a training program that'll have two different phases. One will be kind of a coding side to it. The other will be kind of more of a physical, um, troubleshooting, computer repair, more of kind of what I do. And I'm kind of working with some other people along with the church, and it's still in development. So at this point it's in the very early phases. But the point is to figure out exactly, just to give them another option, another technology option, because I mean, we all know the numbers. There's not a lot of, black and brown
Mm-hmm.
community in technology. And so, and technology it is a great avenue to pursue, a long-standing career, because no matter what, technology, we're going to always have to use technology in some
Yeah.
form. So the program is designed to work with different churches. Actually, I guess I could say this, actually in Rutherford County, actually, different churches around Rutherford County, the Murfreesboro area, to where the youth will have an option to either take up coding, or they can take up kind of a help desk side support type deal. Um, and we would train them in it, and from there we will also work with other corporations to help get them some type of internship, and just other internships, opportunities to work with the churches around it, because churches, they have technology needs as well. But and also we want to get them some type of accreditation too, to where they can use that to, the goal is to either land a job, or to go further in their education, and to pursue a degree. So it's in the early works.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't finalized yet, so definitely be on the lookout for that.
I definitely will be on the lookout for that for sure. For sure. And I know you're in Murfreesboro. Do you like do work in Nashville also?
Well, actually, I live in Nashville,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm in Nashville, but I do I go all over. I do a good bit in Murfreesboro. Um, I travel all over the state and even out of the state for different jobs. So I just look for the best opportunity, and we go. So, but yeah, Nashville is my base. But like I said, I do a good bit in the Rutherford County, Murfreesboro area.
Good, good, good. Because I feel like you're probably going to be getting clients from all over Middle Tennessee. So
Right, right. That's
I'm
that's
glad you
definitely the goal.
travel.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have anything else coming up?
Um, you know, well, as far as programs and things like that, no, I don't. Um, one of the other things that we're going to be looking into is government contracting and government opportunities. So I'm looking to connect with more people who who are experienced with obtaining government contracts. But no, other than the youth programs, and just really just putting our name out there. That's pretty much what our focus has been.
I'm so glad. I got to talk to you because at first I kind of had my own idea of what your business was, and it wasn't it at all. So I'm glad that you explained it. So I
Yeah,
thought maybe like I was like, okay, maybe he like repairs cell phones or something. But what you do is so much more. Like it's just so much
right.
bigger, and it's just so great.
Yeah, no, that is a part. I do that too. We repair cell phones, iPhones, Androids. Um, you know,
Computers.
yeah, computers, Windows machines, Macs, all the above. So, and one of the things that we pride ourselves on is our quick turnaround. So, in most cases, we try to get it back to you within 24 hours.
Oh
So,
wow.
and a lot of times on the phone, the crack screens on the phone, we can, a lot of times we can get it back to you within an hour or a couple of hours on the phone. So,
And you say you're 24/7. How do you manage that?
well, I'm 24/7 for my monthly clients.
Okay.
So my monthly clients are basically clients to where, like I was saying, we're pretty much their IT department. So when and we have to be able to respond, pretty quickly depending on what the issue is. So for those clients that are paying a monthly rate, yes, we are 24 hours. But for other things, we probably we shut it down. We shut it down about 5 or 6.
Yeah,
So
that's great. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Any last words?
last words. Well, I definitely thank you for the opportunity to talk about the business and just entrepreneurship in general. So definitely appreciate you, Paris.
You're very
Um,
welcome.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the platform. You're always very upbeat and uplifting. Lifting. I like your energy. You got a good energy vibe, and I'm sure you've heard that before. Um,
Yeah.
but but really, I would say the last word is, I would say, whatever it is that anybody's trying to do in life, just pursue it, and go after it. Go after it at your own comfort, though, and don't dwell in the regret. At least give it a good shot. And hey, if things don't work out, you can always say you tried. But I'm pretty sure, if you give it your all and you give it your best, that thing will work out. So